In a world where loyalty is temporary, and every move could change the game, one transfer window rules them all. Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, Newcastle, all locked in a high-stakes battle for the next generation of superstars. One club's target is another's hijack. One player's dream is another's heartbreak. And one decision could define a season. This is the transfer war you've been waiting for. Welcome to the chaos. Subscribe now because the next twist, it's coming. Right, strap in people because we've got a classic Premier League hijack on our hands, and this one's got Arsenal fuming and Liverpool fans rubbing their hands. So you know how Arsenal were quietly plotting a cheeky little swoop for Rennes centre-back Jeremy Jacquet? Yeah, well, looks like Liverpool just walked in, kicked the door down and said, "Cheers lads, we'll take it from here." And honestly, it's about to get messy. Arsenal had already made contact. The player? Untouchable, Rennes said non-mercy. But then comes the twist. Enter Liverpool. Fresh off a title-winning season, 4 major signings already in the bag, and now they want to add a shiny young Rolls-Royce of a defender to the backline. That's right, Arne Slot isn't playing games. You've got Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkez, Ekitike all already through the door, and now Jeremy Jacquet is on the radar. And don't forget, Newcastle are lurking in the shadows too, waiting to pounce like it's transfer Tinder out here. Swipe war! Now here's the spicy bit. According to Foot Mercato, Jacquet has already told Arsenal, "Nah mate, not this summer." Rejected. Brutal. And Rennes? They didn't waste a second, locked him down until 2029 like a jealous ex. But here's where it gets interesting. Even with just 12 first-team appearances, Jacquet is turning heads. Why? Because behind the scenes, clubs are whispering, "This kid's got it. Complete defender, mentality monster, a future wall at the back." Even his former coach said he's a complete player, bit of a sick note last season, but when he's fit, oof, clean, composed, built like a next-gen Varane. So here's the theory. Arsenal might try the old buy now, loan back trick, keep Rennes sweet, get Jacquet in the long term. But if Liverpool throw in the charm, the ambition and maybe a bonus game at Anfield, things could flip real quick. So will Jacquet end up in red Arsenal or Liverpool red? Or will Rennes lock their gates and keep their gem for another year? One thing's for sure, this ain't the last twist in this transfer tango. Smash that like button if you love a good hijack. Subscribe for more transfer drama. Hold up Benjamin Šeško to Manchester United. Newcastle scrambling, Gonçalo Ramos entering the chat. Yep, this transfer window just hit nuclear mode. We've officially entered the drama zone. Because what started as a slow-burning striker hunt has turned into a full-blown tug-of-war, and Man United might just have pulled ahead. Newcastle, they're sweating buckets. So here's where we're at. Manchester United, after weeks of flirting, finally dropped an €85 million bid for Šeško. That's €75 million up front, plus €10 million in add-ons. Not a bad opening act. And guess what? According to FABRIZIO Romano, United internally believe Šeško wants them. Let's be real, that's like whispering he likes me more while your rival's still texting him. Ben Jacobs dropped this juicy little gem. United didn't plan to move without player buy-in. Translation, they only made the bid after Šeško gave the wink. You know what that means, game on. Meanwhile, Newcastle. They've already lost out on Mbeumo, Cunha, Liam Delap, João Pedro and James Trafford. Like, who's left on their list? The tea lady? So when United swooped in for Šeško, the panic alarm at St James's Park started beeping. Now here comes the twist. Newcastle are preparing a move for PSG striker Gonçalo Ramos, and no, it's not just a Sesko backup. They want him alongside either Sesko or Wissa, budget permitting. Apparently, if Eddie Howe convinces Isak to stay another year, Ramos could replace Callum Wilson. Yeah, remember him? Injuries, goals, vibes? Might be time to move on. Here's the situation in one chaotic breath. United feel they've got Šeško's heart. Newcastle are scrambling for a plan Ramos. And Šeško? Well, the next move's his or Leipzig's. TikTok lads, this striker saga is on a knife's edge. Will Šeško become United's next number 9? Will Newcastle actually pull off Ramos? Or are we in for another last-minute hijack from someone like Chelsea just because? Smash that like if you think Šeško should snub the Geordies. Drop a comment. Who wins this striker war, United or Newcastle? And subscribe so you don't miss the next twist because it's coming. Alexander Isak to Liverpool? It's the transfer dance we didn't know we needed, and now it's getting emotional. Rejections, big money bids, and former Liverpool legends weighing in? Oh, it's chaos, baby! So here's the latest from the Isak saga, and it's straight from the heart of a Liverpool legend. John Arne Riise has finally spoken, and let's just say, he's got opinions. Liverpool have already dropped serious cash this window. Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkez, Ekitike, but that final piece, that killer instinct up front? Yeah, they think it's Alexander Isak. The Reds even went in with a £110 million bid, but Newcastle, they straight up said, nah, not enough. They want closer to £150 million. Enter Riise, and he's been watching Isak like the rest of us, pacing around his living room, refreshing Twitter, praying to the Anfield gods. He told OLBG.com, "Some days you think he's coming, other days, no chance." We feel you, John. But Riise wasn't done there. He broke it down like a proper analyst. Isak's movement? His finishing? Clinical. His hunger? Off the charts. And in Riise's words, he's a step up from Nunez. He's calmer, more deadly and smarter in his runs. Darwin stands, don't come for us, it's not personal. But let's be honest, Isak just feels more Liverpool. Now, here's where the doubt kicks in. Even Riise admits it. Is he worth £150 million? I don't know. That's the sticking point in it. Because Liverpool want him. Isak wants the move. But Newcastle, they're sitting on Champions League money and holding all the cards. The question is, do you really want to keep an unhappy striker? Or do you cash in while the offer's sky high? The theory? Liverpool might go in again, but only if Newcastle even hints that they'll negotiate. Until then, the Isak dream's on pause. This one could go down to the final days of the window. And if it does, expect fireworks. Because if Alexander Isak walks out at Anfield in red, it might just be the signing of the summer. Drop a like if you think Isak completes Liverpool's attack. Subscribe for daily transfer chaos. And let us know. Is £150 million too much for a striker who actually wants to join you? Alright, that's the latest in the wild, unfiltered, absolutely bonkers world of the transfer window. Will Jacquet end up in Liverpool red or stay locked up in Rennes? Is Šeško actually United bound, or is there a last-minute twist coming? And Isak, is he the final piece of Liverpool's title puzzle? Let me know in the comments who's winning this transfer window, and which move are you praying for? Smash that like button if you love the drama. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next twist, and trust me, there's always a next twist. Because in this window, nothing's done until they're holding the shirt. See you in the next one, and remember, it's not personal, it's just football business.